So what is your fear factor between 1 and 10?
Coming up.
Like 7.5.
7.5. Well, he's technical, ain't he? 7.5. Now, be honest. Have they bit you yet at all?
No.
I was going to ask you how bad it actually hurts between 1 and 10. Because it doesn't hurt. A little bit of a pinch.
Oh.
Or how was that?
It don't hurt at all.
It didn't hurt at all. Now, they did get my ear once and made it bleed.
Yeah.
Because they can pinch. But her name is Wanda, and she's our sweetest little girl. Debbie's here beside her, and this is Tina over here. Tina, bite Big Matt. Tina, bite Big Matt. Tina, she's hard-headed, Matt. She's so hard-headed. Okay, so it would be nice if we had a Xander running around.
Right.
Who could do this for us.
Because it would take him much less, and it would be so much less stressful, to be real.
So if everything is correct, I'm turning the main back on. Back up a little bit, because sometimes...
you know that breaker's not on, right? Like, you have that breaker off.
Okay, I know, but...
But it's just fine to be able to turn on the main first.
Mr. Matt said that if you don't do it right, sometimes it'll pop the breaker off of there. So back up a little bit. I'm going to turn this back on, which means now we have power back into here. And if everything is right, we should have lights come on up here. You ready?
Yeah.
Don't look. Ah! Well, good afternoon, folks. Lester here. And we have another 2.5 inches, which brings our rain total up to 9.5 inches in the last couple of days. It's a lot of water, friends, and it's quite the muddy mess. Not only here, but over at the JL Ranch it's rough over there. And then even the sanctuary, a lot of water, friends, lots and lots of water. Now listen, I don't want you to worry. I want you to hear me very carefully when I say this. The river, as of right now, is not projected to come across the hill. Yes, the low-lying areas that are in our floodplain will absolutely they will flood. And that has happened hundreds, plural, of times during my lifetime. But as long as we keep an eye on the river levels, there's a very sophisticated and scientific method of them determining how high the river's going to crest. And as of right now, the river is not going. It's nowhere near going to come over the top of the hill. So what everyone has to do is bring their animals up to the high ground. And that's something that has happened hundreds, like I said, of times during our lifetime. We're having water well issues here. We have reached out, and we have a fella coming out who's going to actually come out in all of this rain. Can you believe that? How blessed are we for that? I'm going to walk over here and gather up my tools. I've tried to work on it myself, and I'm unable to. I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. But give me 1 second, please. Hi, baby. All right, we don't have any lights in here. That's always been a little bit of a problem, but I've just never run lights into here. All right, I am not able to do work on this well myself, but I'll tell you what happened. We were put into contact with the fella who gave me the number to a fella. Yeah, you heard me right. A fella who gave my number to a fella. And that fella is going to come out. Y'all give me, I really do need 3 hands. I need 3 hands. So we do have a guy coming out, friends. And I'll tell you what, it's really amazing that you can find people who will work in weather like this, because most businesses would say, yeah, we'll put you on our schedule and we'll be out there first chance we get, meaning we'll come out there when the rain stops. But even with our 9.5 inches of rain that's fallen, we got a guy heading this way. Let's hope he can figure out our well situation.
So we got power issues.
So we're not getting any power.
Yeah, we need to find a breaker box and see what we got going on with the breaker box.
Okay. Well, we found ourselves with no power to our well. And so we're blessed to find a company, Lone Star Water Well, out of Cleveland, Texas. And they've come out to help us out today. All right, so your name is Matt, and your son is Matt Jr.?
Yes, sir. Matthew II.
Matthew II, and he's in training then.
A little apprentice.
An apprentice. That's awesome.
You're good, brother. That's it. Let's make some water come on.
So it was just a voltage issue then, and a breaker.
It's pressured up right now is why it's not turning on.
Listen, I want to tell you guys how blessed we are. We could not find anybody to help us take care of our water situation here in the town of Livingston. Everyone's busy, y'all. Everyone's booked. Everyone has job after job. But I did find a fella who recommended this fella. I gave him a call. He and his son drove out, had to drive a long ways to get here. And as you guys already know, the bridge between here and Cleveland is out. And that adds another 20, 30 minutes to a drive. They come all the way over in the pouring rain. He and his son, both of them are named Matt. He and his son worked, figured all this stuff out, got us all fixed up. And I tell you what, just the sweetest kid who worked so hard with his dad, who's an apprentice, and then a dad who's very knowledgeable. So if you guys wouldn't mind, could y'all go by and do the best thing for a company like that is to give them a positive Google review. Now, I know a lot of folks don't like that because if they didn't actually work for you, then you don't want to give them a review. But I'm giving you my word that this is a company that we will use again and again. I will actually add them to my phone book, my address book. And if you ever have well issues, we will call them over and over. They did us a huge favor coming out in the rain. And, thank y'all for helping us support them. All right, so I'm sitting here in the car waiting for Jamie. She's right inside of Lowe's. I'm parked here along the side of the building waiting for her. But we have a breaker issue on our well, and Mr. Matthew was able to get us going yesterday, but we do have to replace that breaker. And he's not an electrician, so he's unable to do some things. But this is something that Jamie and I can do, and we're excited about it. But I'll tell you what, I'm just so very blessed to have run across that fella. He and his son, they've helped us so much, and they did something that many people would not do. Come out on such a nasty weather, rain, and then have to drive as far as he had to drive to help us out, not knowing us from the next guy, but just trying to grow his business. And we certainly appreciate that. We're so blessed. All right, I want to tell you guys right now that I do not know what I'm doing, but Mr. Matthew gave me really neat instructions and walked me through it step by step. So you're all going to sit here and watch me as I either do this right or you'll watch me fry. You're not going to watch me fry, okay? I'm going to be very careful here. But what we had to do yesterday was rob from Peter to pay Paul. Is that how that expression goes, babe? Yeah. Rob from Peter to pay Paul. So we had a breaker issue, yet we did not have the breaker that we needed. So we took a breaker that we don't use as much and was able to get our well going. Jamie and I just got back from Lowe's where we went and got the right breakers, and I'm going to reconnect what we robbed yesterday. I'm going to have Jamie come and hold the light for me. Y'all give me 1 second, please. So this is the breaker that burned out yesterday. You can see all the fried part over here. And so we had to go to Lowe's and replace this exact same breaker. And we have that right here. When I turn this off, all power is going to shut down across the entire house, right?
Yes.
And these just go straight down.
That's our main, yeah.
Oh! Okay, sorry.
That scared you?
All right, yeah, just a snap. Okay, so right now all the power is off, we hope.
Yes,
And
everything
so
is off.
I need, for these two, oh Lordy. Oh Lord.
Oh my God, every electrician on earth is having, there's a tester. The tester is in my pocket, right here. Right
What's
here.
that going to do for us?
You need to make sure it's out. You always test it no matter what. You need to make sure that.
What do I do?
Touch those two wires.
Here?
Yeah. Okay. You're good. It's off.
How do you know?
It'll turn red if it is on. Like, you can flip the breaker back on and try them, and
Just to test it?
yeah.
So let's see if you're right. This is not going to shock me, right?
No.
Jamie, it's still green.
All right, we'll touch another wire in there.
Jamie,
Like, touch the one that's going into that
what
the
if
ground.
what if you get me shot by doing this? If I turn that off, then all the power should be off, right?
Yep.
So I'm just going to turn that off. Okay, I'm just going to take a chance that it's not right. I mean, it is right. Okay, so you got the light. You put some glasses on here.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so it would be nice if we had a Xander running around
Right?
who could do this for us.
Because it would take him much less, and it would be so much less stressful, to be
All right,
real.
so if everything is correct, I'm turning the main back on. Back up a little bit because sometimes...
you know that breaker's not on, right? Like, you have that breaker off.
Okay, I know, but
But it's just fine to be able to turn on the main first.
Mr. Matt said that if you don't do it right, sometimes it'll pop the breaker off of there. So back
gosh.
up a little bit. I'm going to turn this back on, which means now we have power back into here. And if everything is right, we should have lights come on up here. You ready?
Yeah.
Don't look.
That
Oh,
doesn't feel
God.
right. That feels wrong, Lester.
Well, what's that noise? What's that noise?
I don't know, but this isn't right. Yeah, something's not right.
Well, hey, at least we have water.
We do have water.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Something like that.